Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Bridle alongside Michelle Savage from women's basketball. Coach, regular season now over and looking forward to getting up to Connecticut for the conference tournament. It's hard to believe. It doesn't matter where you finish the season. All of a sudden, once you get to this time of the year, seems like it's probably kind of flown by.
It has. I mean, we were just talking about, how fast the season has gone. We had senior night, and the seniors talked about how they almost, felt like they were freshmen, and it just has flown by. It's just like the season. And, going into the tournament, we all feel like we're 0-0, and everybody has a new chance, new opportunity.
Always kind of a weird time for those seniors, that last home game. Because not only they're thinking about basketball, maybe wrapping up their basketball career, but reality is going to hit here in the next week or so, that the real world for a lot of them is right on the horizon.
Oh, for sure, and I've had talks with them because pretty much they're all post players, and I coach the post players. So just trying to find that direction, and I think it's a little bit scary for them, but it's also, exciting. They're getting ready to come into something new and kind of walk into that real adult world.
It's funny, too, because they're so used to being regimented, told where to be, when to be there, and all of a sudden, you really want all that freedom when you're out of school, but then all of a sudden it's like, well, what do I do now?
Definitely. We talk about that all the time as well. People always want change until it actually affects them. So, when you're used to waking up and doing things a certain way, and now that next day, you don't have to be anywhere. It's a little different.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the conference tournament, and it works out kind of in a strange way this year. You're going to play Temple back-to-back. You finished up on senior night. You're going to get the first round of the tournament. And in fact, this year it was so bunched up between 5 and 12. I think they've got a couple of matchups where these teams are going to go back-to-back from the final day of the regular season into the conference tournament. It just happens that way sometimes.
Yeah, we noticed that a little bit with several other teams who played each other as their last regular season game, and now they're playing them in the first round of the tournament, and us included in that. And I think the one positive from that is that we're familiar with the team. We don't have to do a new scout. We make some adjustments and some tweaks to the game plan, but other than that, our kids should be very familiar with this team.
And I know they'll probably be eager to play Temple again. That was a game you were really close. I believe it was a 2-point game at the half. Unfortunately, they really stepped things up in the second half and kind of opened the score up a little bit. So a motivating factor for you guys. Is there anything you saw out of Temple that you may not have expected that you put into play for the opening round of the conference tournament?
I think that we were expecting a little more man than they played us in. They played a lot more zone than we thought going into this game, but we'll adjust to that. We'll go back and watch the film and see where the gaps were in the zone and try to take advantage of those positions.
You two, both you and Temple, draw that 8 o'clock time slot, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, up at Mohegan Sun. I'm sure sometimes the players might like it because they get to sleep in a little bit, but I know most of the players and coaches usually don't like that. You sit around all day, you try to go watch some other games maybe, do some scouting, just try to keep busy, but at the end of the day, you both have to play the late game.
And we do, and I think it kind of, we, like you said, the coaches don't like it. It kind of turns the kids into sluggish people waiting around all day, and you're just hoping that the game is actually played at 8 o'clock. Anything can happen.
Right.
And so we're just hoping for a non-overtime game in that 6 o'clock game.
When you play those ball games on the first day, usually it is, and this is the reason sometimes I think you see a lot of upsets in conference tournaments on day one, it's whoever can bring the early energy in that, especially when you play the late game. You talk about getting sluggish. If you can come out that first 4 or 5 minutes with some energy, kind of dictate the pace, it gives you a big advantage.
Oh, for sure. And I think, again, by playing a team that we didn't play well the first time, our energy should be very high, and we should be very excited about kind of redeeming ourselves going into this game.
And a chance to go out with a bang. Try to extend that season for the seniors and for the underclassmen, get a little momentum going into next year.
Definitely.
Coach, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
That is Michelle Savage. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.